Yo, it's good. Shiesty MMA, you already know what's going on. Here to bring y'all the just my initial reads, initial breakdown. Just want to give a little initial rundown of the card. I'm gonna upload the final breakdowns on my final reads on Friday. But yeah, let's get to it. I mean, I think it's a pretty decent card. Adesanya, Pyfer, good matchmaking. And starting off the card, actually got a rematch with Lexa Tainara and Bruna Brazil. I think Tainara is gonna dominate it, to be honest. I don't see how she can lose. Bruna Brazil, she's looked pretty mid in the UFC. She just lost to Souza pretty recently. She's coming in on short notice now. She did win against Tainara by sub, but that was so long ago at this point. And Tainara's been on a crazy run since then. Think let me see the streak, because it's a pretty long streak. Yeah, she's on a 11 fight win streak. Yeah, I don't know, man. She's looked pretty good. She dominated Luke Bonmi in her last one, and Luke Bonmi is pretty good at strawweight. Bruna Brazil, she's just kind of like, she tries to be kind of like technical, and I mean it worked against the bottom feeders, but I don't think she's gonna have much for Tainara in this match. I think Tainara could get a revenge sub on her. But moving on, Ricky Simone, Adrian Yanez. This is a little sneaky one to start off the card. Yeah, I mean, I have to do more tape study, but right now I'm leaning Simone. He has that wrestling grappling advantage over him. Yanez, he's been kind of shaky recently with that, that fraud check to Rob Font. And ever since then, he hasn't really looked, I don't think he's really looked the same, to be honest. I mean, he's gotten some tough opponents as well. What was it? Jonathan Martinez, Danny Marcos. That one dude he got in between was a complete can. Yanez, his boxing is pretty crisp, pretty clean. But I think if Simone mixes it up, he can probably get the decision here. I really got to rewatch some tape here, because it could be a close one. But I think Simone, his losses haven't aged the worst. Who was it? Bautista, he made it a little competitive there. Then Oliveira, he had a few moments. And then got that Bashrak KO, the decision over Smotherman. And he's been in the UFC for a minute now too. So I just have to lean on that overall game, and his experience just makes me lean on the Simone side. Next one, Navo Sterling versus Bruno Lopez. Navo Sterling 100%, but I think he can get a KO here, but I've said that in a lot of his fights. I think it's like, you think he can get the finish, but then kind of makes it kind of a little, I don't know, not like close, but you just kind of point fights a little bit. I don't know, because he does swing hard. But I feel like he's been a little bit more like conservative in some of these since coming to the UFC. I mean, his last one, Bellato, getting a decision there, I don't think was, Bellato, he has a chin on him, for sure. And then those other two, those were his first two in the UFC, so, probably was just feeling it out and all that. And Bruno Lopez, he literally got dropped by the I think he got dropped by the jab from Jacoby. Not even like a cross or anything. He got dropped by the jab. And then I don't know, the chin's definitely very suspect there. So honestly, I'd have to lean on Sterling getting his first KO here, to be honest. It does feel like a little bit of a layup. And I think he can get the job done here. I think he finally has a really good showcase. Not showcase performance, but like highlight that they can get behind and get some clicks off of, get his name going. Casey O'Neill versus Gabriela Fernandez. Dude, I want to pick Fernandez. I mean, she looked good. Fucking dropped Kong out of nowhere and subbed her. You know, she does have that power factor. And she's got she got that win over Carly Judice. And people were on Carly Judice very, very highly. I remember she fought recently, right? Against Juliana Miller. Yeah, people were on Carly Judice hype train. So, I mean, she does have decent wins. Casey O'Neill, she's not that bad. But, and she has decent, you know, Luana Santos, I feel like that's a decent win. But, I don't know, man. I feel like she's always just looked kind of mid. I don't know, just kind of mid. Not, like, I've never really been impressed by anything I've seen from her. And I honestly kind of hate her for making me sit through a fucking main card fight on Edwards versus Usman 3. That shit was horrible. That entire card was... Gaethje Fiziev was the highlight there for sure. Yeah, I just have to lean Fernandez. I think that Kong Wang win is really good. I mean, you could say it's a fluke or whatever, but she timed it perfectly and she got the sub off of it. So there's definitely some good fight IQ there. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna lean Gabriela Fernandez for now. You gotta do more tape study on that one as well. I haven't really watched the Casey O'Neill fight in fucking God, who knows how long. Marcin Tybura, Tyrell Fortune. Tybura, he was supposed to face Walter Walker, and then Walter Walker pulled out. So now it's kind of up in the air who could. Because I mean, Walter Walker, I thought he was for sure gonna win against Tybura. I mean, it's better than the fucking fat blob Denise or Tuivasa, you know. And Tyrell Fortune, he's kind of a Bellator guy. What's it called? I don't think it was his last win. Nah, yeah, it wasn't his last one, but fucking Tony Lopez, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I mean, yeah, that's a crazy name pull. His last one was a doctor stoppage. I mean, yeah, and he fought in PFL too. Dude, I really gotta watch tape on this dude because I don't think I've seen really that many or any of his fights, to be honest. So I really, really gotta watch that dude. But initial read, maybe I'd lean Tybura. He didn't look good against Delija, but I don't know. Like, he's kind of been the gatekeeper at heavyweight almost. And I don't know. I don't know. This is one I'm not going to feel confident on either pick. Some of these heavyweight fights have just been pain in the ass to predict, bro. Tybor is my lean right now. Could probably, like, maybe you could blob him like Denise, or just fucking blob him with the ground game. I don't know though. Chase Hooper versus Lance Gibson Jr. This one's another one. It's like, I can't feel confident picking either, man. But I have to watch more Lance Gibson Jr. fights. The two that I've seen is obviously that short notice against Bobby Green, which didn't age that bad. Not at all. Green's a tough fight, and especially on short notice, to just come in as some like regional Bellator guy type of thing. The other fight, I'm trying to remember the dude's name, but it's one of fucking Fedor's fighters. But yeah, he got slept bad there. And the entry there, he made like some really bad striking entries and footwork mistakes, and just got slept pretty bad. Just lights out. Hooper though, dude, his striking is terrible, man. Terrible. I was rewatching his fights today, and it's the footwork and just the way he's throwing some of these shots, his head movement, it's all pretty shit. I can't lie. I mean, he obviously has the grappling advantage, right? But you see him struggle a little bit. Jim Miller, you couldn't really make any advancements there on the ground with him. Hernandez, he shot like one single leg, but it was pretty bad entry on that. Like, his jiu-jitsu was undeniably pretty good. The wrestling isn't as high though. And I don't know, man. I'd honestly lean Lance Gibson Jr. That might age terribly, but I mean, you look at the Borshev fight with Hooper. I rewatched that today. And like, yeah, he dropped Borshev bad, but Borshev was just kind of coming in like an idiot with his entry. It wasn't really that good. And then all the ground and pound strikes, I feel like it wasn't really that as damaging as I remember it being. Like, he was throwing a lot of, the elbows were good, but then like the actual punching strikes didn't look that crazy. Like, Borshev, if that was anybody else with more power, he would have been done for. Would have been a first round TKO. But, and you know, Borshev isn't really that good anyways. So, and then what else is Chase Hooper's best win, bro? I guess maybe Jim Miller or Jordan Levitt. And that grappling sequence between Jordan Levitt and him where he got the finish was laughably bad from Levitt. Terrible. I'm gonna lean Lance Gibson Jr. right now, actually. Hooper's just kind of, I don't know, man. All these people see this potential that I'm not really seeing. Like, the jiu-jitsu is definitely there. Everything else is very kind of lacking, though. A little bit Ryan Hall-esque. A little bit Ryan Hall-esque, but yeah. Ignacio Bahamondes versus Tafik Masayev. Bahamondes is actually coming in here on kind of short notice, but I think he's got it in the bag for sure. For sure. His last loss was Fiziev, and I mean, Fiziev, he's still tough. Like if you're gonna be a taller fighter, it's always gonna be a tough battle against the shorter fighter, right? And he did make a lot of questionable fight IQ mistakes there, now that I remember it, but I don't know. I think his level of competition is just so much better. I mean, Jalen Turner, Manuel Torres, that aged really well. Rongju, definitely not in the same tier, but like that was a decent one as well. Masayev, Bellator and Ryzen stuff. Fucking best win is like Patricky Pitbull. Patricky was never that good. Always the lacking Pitbull brother. He got Kimura pretty quick against Urabai. And who else finished him? Shabili? Is that how you say his name? Shabili finished him with like a... Let me check. Yeah, it was a fucking body kick. I don't know. He's just kind of... I feel like he's kind of there to be finished by the top level fighters. And Bahamondes, he's tricky for those lower level people, you know what I mean? And I just favor Bahamondes. He's really good with his length, striking wise. And if you get into bad grappling positions, he can also take advantage of that for sure. He kind of does, like, he tends to panic and when he gets in submissions. I feel like that's what it looked like against Urabai. So I'm not even leaning. I'm Bahamondes. I'm 100% going with. Terrence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson. I'm seeing so many people go with McKinney, but I just can't endorse that, man. I mean, the amount of times that he's just fucking he does like what he's gonna do every time for sure. He goes out and he tries to fucking get that first round finish, and then if he don't, he's going gas, you know. But he just gets knocked out so many times. He didn't look the worst against Duncan last time. He did have Duncan, you know, in some bad positions there on the feet. Kyle Nelson, he did get blitzed by Steve Garcia in that first round, but Steve Garcia, like, come on. Steve Garcia is miles ahead of McKinney, of where McKinney will ever be. So I can kind of see the comparison, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Matt Frivola honestly should have... That whole ref situation there was very, very, very weird, but Matt Frivola, I mean, Kyle Nelson, he pretty much finished him in the first round there. And Matt Frivola, he's a glass cannon himself. He's not as fast as McKinney, you know, but I mean, Frivola, dang, that was kind of a few years ago now, where he chinned Dober, but he can get it done in the first round, and Nelson managed him very good. Yeah, it's like they both managed Frivola in the first round pretty much. Honestly, I feel like Kyle Nelson, he does have a speed disadvantage here, but I don't know. He looked good in that Bill Algeo win. People don't talk about that. Fernando Padilla, he's a decent name. If it's just like if I had to lean someone here, I would lean Nelson. McKinney just is such a glass cannon. It's like if you hurt him back, it's over. That's what it seems like most of the time. His chin is very, very questionable. And then his wins, I mean, as I said earlier, Borshev is not good. Damir Hadzovic, they pulled him out of the fucking wherever the fuck they had him stored away to get McKinney a win. Mike Breeden, I mean, come on. People, the only good wins he has is the first two. Favola and Ziam. Since then, since that Dober loss, he has been just so hit or miss. And the only times he hits are against complete bums. So, I don't know, man. I'm definitely leaning Kyle Nelson. Abdul Malik versus Belgari. Malik, he's a little overhyped, but he is still good. But Belgari, he impressed crazy last time against Bykov. That was super unexpected. I don't have the best read on this because Belgari, striking wise, he can definitely 100%. I mean, Malik, he was looking pretty dicey against fucking what was it? Brundage. He was looking shaky against Brundage on the feet, so pretty sketch, but fucking he is good with the wrestling and ground stuff, which could pose a threat to Belgari. And it calls into question how good Belgari's takedown defense is. But I think I would lean Belgari. I mean, Abdul Malik, his wins, man. Brundage. Then his last one, Tricoli. I mean, Tricoli's just... He's literally there for you to get a win. I do have to look... I have to watch more Belgari, actually. I have to rewatch his Contender Series stuff. Because I remember... I think... He came on the Contender Series twice. Looked really good on his second one. Got the TKO. Tulio was who he lost to on his first Contender Series bout by unanimous decision. Malik, he's gonna have to try and definitely clinch fuck him. Hold him to the cage. Do good work on the ground. If Belgari's improved his takedown defense though, and his overall cage work, I think he can definitely style on him here. I mean, Bykov last time, he styled on him pretty good. So that would just be my initial read. Julian Erosa versus how do you say his first name? Larian? I don't know. But Douglas, I'm going to lock him for sure. People keep bringing up the milk fight for Rosa. And he didn't look the worst there. I have to rewatch that again, but what I remember is he got guillotines over Ramos and C-Rod. I mean, Ramos is a literal can. Rodriguez has been pretty just hit or miss. Darren Elkins. I mean, you look at that first round. They both looked so slow swinging against each other. Man, I just can't endorse that against Douglas. Douglas The speed advantage here is going to be crazy compared to any other fight on the card. And what's it called? He has pretty good wins. Cam Teague finished him faster than Vallejos did. He also finished Javier Reyes in LFA. He trains with Danny Silva. So take that for all you want. I mean, Danny Silva just fucking fry check the fuck out of that Campbell fuck. I'm still so mad I didn't fucking do some last minute tape for Danny Silva, because Campbell, it was his debut and everybody was just hyping him up so much. A risky fight. Anyways. What was I saying? Yeah. He trains with Danny Silva. I just think he has all the factors on his side here. People on the Erosa side, they're bringing up stuff like, oh, well, Douglas, he has these sub losses. You look at Douglas's performances since then, bro, it's been so much better, so much improved. I mean, you just look at his build. This dude's a tank right now, and he's already crazy powerful with his punches. So I think he gets a first round finish here, to be honest. Erosa's just not going to be able to compete on the feet at all. Now, Nico Price, Michael Chiesa. I mean, Chiesa was already getting a layup on top of the layups he's been getting. I mean, just crazy what not suing the UFC does for your career. Yeah, Nico Price. Lamb to the slaughter, Nico Price, every time. UFC needs someone mid to get fucked up at welterweight. You just call Nico Price. Damn. But yeah, I think it honestly would be disappointing if Chiesa didn't get a finish here, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it could go to a decision, but Nico Price, he's coming in on short notice now. Got flatlined by Retenikov. Barely, if even 2 months ago. Start of February. And I mean, Nico Price, grappling wise, he's been looking very middy. I mean, Garimbo, Smith, I don't see any path to victory. And that's crazy to say about Michael Chiesa. Like, I don't know what he's doing to get these crazy ass layup matchups, but I mean, I know exactly what, but like it's Tony Ferguson, Max Griffin, Court McGee, and then originally Carlston Harris. Like, what? People always talk about Dana White privilege. Nobody talks about Chiesa. Like, holy shit. Anyways, yeah, he should get the sub, honestly. I think he's just going to time up on the ground and get a rear naked at some point. It's going to be a boring fight for sure. Yeah, you're not going to be Miss Chiesa. Alexa Grasso, Macy Barber. Call me crazy, I'm going with Alexa Grasso. Macy Barber, she lost to Grasso years ago, and I'm not really taking that into consideration. But at the same time, you look at the opponent level that they've both been facing. I mean, Alexa Grasso fought Shevchenko 3 times in a row. And then Natalia Silva. I mean, Caitlin Samanara, Amanda Ribas, Karine Silva. I mean, can take quality of opponents for all it is, right? But Grasso has also not looked the best recently. But I think that's due to the quality of opponents, right? Like, if you look at the style matchup here, I think as long as Grasso just keeps it on the feet, doesn't get tied up in some clinch bullshit or waste time on the ground here, I think she can pull a pretty good 29-28 or maybe in 30-27 decision. Just fucking styling on her with that Mexican boxing. Barber, I just don't rate her on the feet at all, man. And she's just kind of been a can crusher, I ain't gonna lie. I think like she's one of those where the hype around her, like she does have skills as well, but there's also a little bit of hype coming from the looks. And Grasso kind of does a little bit in the same category, but she beat Shevchenko and became champion. You know, there's obviously way more skill there. I think Grasso, if she's not completely checked out, she's gonna win a pretty dominant decision here. Fuck up Barber on the feet. Israel Adesanya versus Joe Pyfer, main event. This one, I don't. This card is good. This card is good. I mean, a lot of the cards recently, they've been good, but as far as like predicting them or trying to get some sneaky predictions in, it's been non-existent because it's just been chalk after chalk. But this one is a good main event. I mean, all the main events have been pretty good, I feel like. Honestly, I don't even know where to lean here. Maybe, dude, you look at it, right? Adesanya, he hasn't looked good recently, but it's also against way better comp. And I feel like I've been saying that for a lot of these fighters on this card. It's like they've been on a little bit of a downward trajectory, but it's against way better comp than their opponents faced. And it's just not the opponents. It's like style-wise, I feel like Pyfer, he's looked a little bit better since the Hermanson loss, but he hasn't changed that much. But his game, he has the crazy power on the feet, and he has the grappling here that he can mix in against Adesanya. And Adesanya, he does have the ability to just fucking style on him, get a easy decision, 49-46, 48-47 or some shit. Use the leg kicks good, keep him at range good. And I mean, honestly, he didn't look... The only loss where I thought he looked like completely outclassed a lot of it on the feet was Strickland. And then DDP, he had a few moments in that fight. But, you know, DDP, he mixed in the ground game and he got that sub. So, you know, Pyfer could do the same. And he could end up... He could fucking land some crazy powerful shit and take it to the ground like DDP did. But Adesanya in the last one against Mavov, I think he looked really good in that first round. He did. And that second round, he got caught because he was just being a complete retard. I mean, one, the switch stancing, he was being excessive with it. And that fucking Imavov read that good. And then the eye poke just take... Was it eye poke or... Yeah, I think it was an eye poke, yeah. Just took no time to recover from it. Tried pulling the Pereira. So, like, looking into this fight week, I was leaning Adesanya for sure. The more I think about it, I'm leaning Pyfer. I don't know. Adesanya just has looked like he hasn't looked washed, but he's looked beatable. I feel like the game plan is kind of there a little bit. Fucking catch him off guard, disrupt his rhythm and stuff, you know, mix in the ground game. And I feel like he's capable of doing it. Especially, he is powerful. But he's so telegraphed with his striking, and he's not... Like, I feel like he hasn't cleaned it up that much since the Hermanson loss. I mean, putting away Gastelum fully is gonna be a tough task, but he was just spamming crosses there, just looking for the right, telegraphing it. It wasn't the best look. I mean, Barrio and Abus, he had some shaky moments there a little bit, but got the job done there. I think I will lean Pyfer as of right now, but I mean, by the time Friday comes around, this whole prediction list could look completely flipped. I ain't gonna lie, cause in the past sometimes I would pick flip like what is it? 323. I did pick flip like topology wise, because I had Marab and I forgot to change it there to Yan. But yeah, that video didn't even come out in time. Which one was it? Yeah, Bonfim versus Brown. I remember I pick flipped. I was saying I was in Gio's video, I was saying Randy Brown by TKO. And then last minute I was like, nah, fuck this. I'm pick flipping, bro. I'm taking Bonfim by TKO. And then I felt kind of bad because it's like everywhere I said, you know, fucking, what's it called? I said Randy Brown TKO. And then I just show up on predictions tracker with Bonfim TKO, and it's like, what the fuck, buddy? You trying to cover bases or something? I don't want to seem disingenuous, you know, like I just put out whatever. Like if I'm picking it, I'm picking it for sure. So like, you know, from now on, I think that was the only time it happened that I pick flipped and it kind of wasn't the most public, or I didn't even post anything about it. But from now on, all my final predictions are going to be on the video Fridays. I'm going to edit this real quick. I'm going to get this out. Got to get this out in time for prediction tracker. And then I'm going to see y'all on Friday with my final analysis of everything. Hope y'all have a good rest of the week. Peace out.